Okay.
Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 16 of Forgecraft, hanging out with T-Love at the moment, and I see Crazy Pants is on, but he doesn't do TeamSpeak, I don't think, too much, so just me and you, buddy.
Yep.
I see our Ritual of Magnetism has completed.
It has.
So we got a bunch of iron and gold and redstone and lapis and a little bit of diamond, and we got resonating ore from Deep Resonance, which tells me modded ores are working, but we didn't get any copper or tin.
Yep. That's the unfortunate thing.
So, bug report for Way of Time. Gotta poke him. Be like, hey, Way of Time, what's up? So it's weird because, like, obviously modded ores is working, right? Like, there's some form of... So, like, there must be something unique. We're using Industrial Craft, right, for the modded ores?
Yes, we are.
And that's the only one that generates ores?
As far as I know.
I think that's correct. So, that's good to know. Also, we have new mods on the server. We have a couple new mods on the server, don't we?
Yeah, we have storage drawers.
Storage drawers, yes.
Which is fantastic.
I want to see what you do with that. Is it up on the second floor?
Yep, onto the second floor.
Where is the second floor?
I removed it. I was asking if you wanted to have that instead of the tower one, but we can easily go between these with our staffs.
Yeah, I guess shift right click works. I don't know. I kind of like having it though.
We're getting kind of cluttered with the amount of anchors that I was using, so I wanted to spread them out a little bit more.
Fair enough. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Storage drawers. That's so cool.
It's so lovely, and it can get upgraded. It's so amazing. I love it. Not to mention
and it works better with Ender IO, which is nice.
Yes, it's so lovely.
So cool.
So, all those were updated. Also, I found a really weird bug, but Roar's kind of broke it, so it didn't happen. This one over here, where I had all this ash over here, the ash was disappearing for some reason, and then all of a sudden, it got horse armor in there, and the horse armor started duping itself.
Nice.
But that got fixed when Roar just broke it. We couldn't figure out what exactly happened, so I was like, oh, I guess it's fixed.
I noticed the orb thing seems to have been fixed too.
Yes.
So I don't know what that was about, but it's fixed, and that's good. So we've got that. We've got, let's see.
Open computers.
Open computers, yes, that's right. We have open computers and computer craft now, which is cool. So I've so been meaning to take a look at open computers because, like, there's some really cool stuff in there. I just haven't really had the time to get into it. So I'm hoping now that it's on Forgecraft, we can spend some time looking at that. Because there's really cool stuff. And I know, people don't like seeing programming on, in-game and all that stuff. So, like, my goal will be to do, very little programming on camera. But, like, if I get to open computers and can show off some of the really neat stuff. Like, they have 3D printers, they have holograms, they have, like, neat stuff, right? So ideally, I can come up with some really cool things to do with that, and that would be nice. So we'll see what happens. And you had a mining station, right, that you wanted to do?
Yes, we have two. Well, you caught me in the middle of the building. So we have one building over here, yes, where you are at, is the Mining and Resources Incorporated.
Nice.
So this leads into our little mining shaft right here, which I did not light up.
That's cool.
There you go.
All right.
And I had a few little features like cranes on the side to make it look like it had some kind of function.
Oh, that's cool looking, dude.
Pretty funny.
Is that chisels and bits, or is that just stairs?
That's just vanilla. That's vanilla, man.
That's vanilla. Look at you, man. Vanilla-ing it up. That looks good.
And then we
oh, there's a giant bridge over there.
Giant. Oh yeah, that was Nikki. Nikki did that.
Nice. That's cool.
Showing up like all the trees with like bop and stuff.
So you just had a good old time decorating.
Yep. I'm still in work in progress. I didn't get a chance. I was gonna have like 5 new buildings before you got on, but you got on before that. Sorry. Yeah.
So then do we want to put our ritual over here?
Yeah, if you want to put the ritual up here, that's fine. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Then we can just like transfer it over, but it has purpose, and not to mention we kind of need to move it the ritual anyways because Barry took all the resources out of those chunks.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. So that's cool. I guess I was just wondering, like, did you mean to like do manual mining over here? Because if you built this nice building to go mining in, and then if I put the ritual here, we're not going to have any resources to mine anymore.
Let's say if new mods get on, we have a place to actually put, mining style things like quarry tools and stuff like that, or
that's
teleposers to, something to like have that kind of thing to show off. So people are wondering like, where do you have your mining set up?
Right. So I guess the other thing I would like to do is look at the signals mod today. I think that's what I want to work on like today. Like right now. but I haven't done any research on it yet. Like, I know it's a mod, and I know it does stuff with trains, and that's pretty much where I'm at. So what I'm going to do is go off camera, go into a single player world, learn signals real quick, hopefully really, really quick, and then come back. And what I would like to set up would be like a rail station that can transport our ores from our mining systems back to our main base using rail carts. Does that sound cool?
That does sound cool, which means I need to think of something.
So how about while I'm learning the mod, can you build a tunnel for me that leads first from our current blood magic ore system to underground the base? And what I was thinking we could have is, you know how we have the diamond input chest up here? Like, have another one underground in the in the basement.
Okay.
Right. So that the rail system can come into the basement here, and the basement's a little cramped, so if we have to rearrange some stuff, we have to rearrange some stuff. But unless you have a better idea, like, we could have like another part of the basement or something, or even a sub basement, like it could be underneath that level, but whatever you want. But basically, like, just a tunnel that leads from there to under our base, and then the same for the new mining house to under our base, so that we can have a train system that goes, you know, and runs like a gambit or something like that.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Does
that sound cool?
Yep, let's do it.
Like, at the very least, a 3x3, but, you know, whatever you want to do, whatever you think would look neat.
Oh, I can figure it out.
Yeah, I know you can. That's why I assigned this task to you.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go learn signals and tracks and rails, and you will dig out tunnels, and then we'll be back.
Exactly.
All right, bye. All right, guys, we are back, and I've got Mine Martin here to help me understand the track system and signals. So there's a bunch of cool stuff in this mod, Mine Martin.
Thank you.
So I guess basically one of the first things I want to do, like, we're going to demonstrate it with like some basic stuff in the house here, and then we'll kind of go more advanced in a moment, I think is what our plan is. Right?
Sounds cool.
So is just a basic loop, is this good enough to start off with?
Yeah, sounds good. Looks good.
Okay, so if I wanted to have stations set up, I could put one like here and one here, right?
Yeah. Stations are used if you're going to route cards. You don't really need them for this loop right now, but later it will come in handy.
Alright, just for demonstration purposes, right? Cool. So how should I start this?
Not sure what you've explained to the viewers just yet, but...
I've explained nothing.
Okay. So, the mod signals, if you're familiar with either OpenTTD signals or familiar or Factorio signals, you know what this is about. Signals are basically dividing the track up into sections, and they make sure that cards only, well, there's only one card in every section at max. So you can see this card here. It's going just into another section because the section goes from here to there.
Okay.
And you can see that this signal is red at the moment, and that is because there's a card in this section over here.
Right.
So if it would have a second card, it would have to stop right here. The signal is telling that, because else there would be two cards in there. And if there are two cards on there, that means there could be a collision, and we don't want that.
Right.
So that's the basic gist of the mod. Now, oh yeah, we can see this happening. Now cards actually don't stop because the only thing the signals are doing is emitting a redstone signal.
Okay.
So you would still need a power track or something like that to actually make the card stop or go again.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's cool. So what I should have then is a powered rail at each signal?
Yeah. This might seem to work. We'll see that it won't really, because if the cart is going too fast, just one rail isn't enough to stop it. But
okay.
Yeah.
I do have limiter rails in my inventory.
Yeah, that could work.
Well, we'll see what happens. Neat.
If you just make one card stop or something. Yeah, we
That's
can
cool.
see that. Yeah, we can see that the signal stops it from going on again. We probably need
Right.
more limited tracks, but yeah, that's the basic gist.
So then if I remove this cart, right? Can you remove carts without, like, losing them now? Oh, that is cool. Look at that. I get it. Nice.
So yeah, the station markers aren't really doing anything, but that's probably the next step.
Right.
So if we expand the network a bit, maybe make an 8 shape.
I'll let you do what you want to do. If you need more tracks, let me know. And we'll come back in a second once the network is built up. All right, guys,
Yeah,
we're back. So we've set up a nice little figure 8 system, and we've got 3 stations here. We've got the return station, we've got the left station, and we've got the right station. So if we put in this minecart, right, and without any intelligence whatsoever, if I give this guy a little push, this is what's going to happen, right? So he's just looping around, doing his thing, right? Nothing fancy. But now we've got the rail configurator. And I can give him instructions on where I want him to go, if I can get him to stop moving for a sec. I was so much better at making him stop a minute ago. So I want him to go right, return, left, return. So what he should go is here, and then back to the return, and then to the left station, and back to the return, and then to the right station, and then to the return. And Endermen seem like they want to find out what's going on. So that's what that should do. So let's watch. So right, and then return, and then left, and then return. So the rail block signals along these paths are what's changing the direction that the cart goes. How cool is that?
Yeah, if you open the GUI with the rail configurator of the card, you can see the green box shifting as it goes
That's cool.
along the stations.
That's really neat.
So it just visits them sequentially.
I like it. That's cool. So, I mean, we could absolutely use this to make it like, you know, go to one station, get resources, go to another station, drop them off, go to another station, pick them up, go to another one, drop them off, and like loop around like that. That seems totally reasonable to me.
So do we need to explain this a bit more, or?
I don't know. What's to explain?
It doesn't work with 2.
It should.
Should.
There we go.
But I think T-Loving is just a passenger now because that card isn't routed.
Oh,
Correct.
okay.
Right. That's neat. Very cool. Now, what's neat is if T-Love gets stopped along the way, it should...
Yeah, it probably doesn't really work because...
Oh, because his
again,
is not routed. It
Well-
should detect him.
Yeah, he's going too fast for one track. Yeah, you can see that happen right here.
Right, yeah.
What I usually do is like 1 or 2 limited tracks before the power track.
Right. That's cool. And limiter just, what, slows it down?
Yeah, it slows it down to a speed where it's, well, 1 power track can then stop it.
Nice.
You can just use 3 power tracks, that would work, but the limited tracks are really useful if you're having a setup where you have a hopper on top or at the bottom of a station, if you want to insert or extract items. And you need to make sure that the cart stops at the right block.
Right, right. So the limiter rail receives a redstone signal. So does it slow down with yes redstone or slow down with no redstone?
It just looks like it responds to redstone, but at the moment it doesn't do anything different with a red out.
Okay, so redstone signal does nothing for this track.
True.
Okay, good to know. Neat. All right. So I would like to build something like this and have it get resources for us, basically.
Yeah. And we just have a brand new update which also adds item-based routing, so you can route cards based on what is in the cart.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can have a kind of a sorting system, but I haven't implemented anything yet which allows you to filter, extract things from the cards. It's still the basic hopper thing, so I might still need to look into that. But yeah.
Neat. All right, well, I'm going to get a couple rail cards here, or tracks, and then we'll start building a railway, and we'll come back when there's something cool to see. So we'll be back in just a moment. All right, guys, we're back. Popping down. All right. Ooh, nice. This looks really cool.
So it will get us from our house at least to where the chest is, which should be up
Nice. Look at that.
right up here. Yep.
Okay, cool. So, thinking I might want to run item ducks just to get us to that. So let me go get some.
Get plenty of those.
So we'll probably run... Because we're going to have to rerun this because it didn't collect any iron and tin and any of that stuff. So we'll probably leave this here and set up a new one.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking at the new mining place. But for now... And then we'll eventually move this, right?
Yeah. Doesn't figure it out. Said it goes 64, so we can just take the tunnel longer and just make it longer and stuff like that. But how will we chunk load it though?
I really wonder if the CAD can place item conduits. Should we test this?
Go test it.
I'm thinking that's a no.
I was about to say crash in 3, 2, 1.
Right? I know. Would have been cool if it did work though.
Crash. If it did crash.
Yeah, no, that ain't working at all. That was meant to be this.
I thought you were gonna like have tracks go up the tunnel.
I mean, I can. But I don't know that there's an easy way to do that, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just put the... I thought you were gonna like have it go up and everything, like with the power rails. That was... And then have it spiral down somehow. Oh no.
Let's get the basics working and then we'll make it fancier.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking way too detailed.
So this will be an insert. So that should be... I just want to get the basics working so I can wrap my head around how to do this whole track system, because we're going to have some complexities around getting the cart system to run properly. So, because I can't just like... Well, maybe I can. I don't know, actually. Because I probably don't even want this here. I probably want... with a hopper. So this probably should even be one lower. So we'll probably want a hopper there. You know what? Don't insert yet. So we just have the basics, right? So this will be that. So basically you can kick off in this direction. And this will be a station marker, which we will name Quarry 1. So that's our original quarry, right? And then we want to run tracks.
You probably want to use it as a loop.
Yeah, you think a loop will be better?
Not sure if back and forth will even work, but yeah.
Gotcha. So I'll switch that to a loop in a moment then.
Yeah, it could be small loop.
So where this tunnel ends, where are we? Oh, so this is our item network, right?
Yeah.
So I can just tap in right here if I wanted to.
You should be able to.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, this is where our farm is. Okay, cool. So then what we could really theoretically do, we'd have a hopper here. So let me go get that. We're going to want a couple hoppers. I'll read the Open Computers book later. A couple things I don't need right now. Okay, so I want hoppers. I like JEI sync. So we can make this the next station. And I clearly do not have a wonderful idea of what I'm doing, so pardon me for that. But I will get the hang of it. So underneath that, we'll have a chest that will eventually be piped up into our item routing system. Cool. And this will want to be a powered rail as well. And eventually this will run out to our new mining area, but for now we're just getting this basic one set up. Drop off. Cool. So that should work. Does that work look, or does that loop look good, Mine Martin? Will something like that work? Nice and simple, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. You're doing a slant. So why would you want to do a slant?
Because if the card will stop and you have some, you need to use some system where you provide redstone signal to make the card go again.
Correct.
But just a redstone signal doesn't make a card go again. You also need, well, some momentum. So
Okay.
that's why I have it on a slope.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I was thinking that here we could use some limiter tracks.
Okay. So
Right
just
there.
1, 2.
Yeah, and then before that we can do a signal, like a block signal, and then also back a block signal. So that means that this part is a section, and therefore it is allowing other cards to be on the other sections.
Okay.
If that ever is needed. And also it will make sure that the junction right here is operated in the right way if we have a signal right here. Yeah, right there.
So like that.
Yeah, that should work.
So what determines... I'm guessing the
one
signal
lower,
should be here,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cool. So then this, from here to here, should be a signal. And if I hold shift with the rail configurator, it should show me that, right? Sorta. That's cool. Neat. Okay. So I will build that out over here. And obviously we're going to need some powered rails to get things going.
Currently it's quite a lot of vanilla stuff you need if you want to, well, set up a system where you insert items into your chest and then wait a bit and then make it go again.
Right.
So we also would probably need some detector rail and then have a redstone delay with repeaters and then trigger the power drill again.
Yeah, I have an idea or two around that. We'll figure it out, basically.
Cool.
So I'm thinking here. This can be my hopper. like that, right? And then am I doing this right so far, you think?
Yeah. If we're going to use the card engine, then this would work indeed.
Okay.
Because if you didn't, you would still need something to, well, the signals only give a redstone signal, so
Right.
even if they are turning red, the card will just go on because there isn't a power drill to stop them.
So we'll want something like that, right?
Yeah, and the same for the limiter. Yeah,
So like that.
Like that.
Cool. Okay. So then if there's a cart on the path here, do I have any just normal carts on me? Probably not. So anywhere in there, this stops it, right? So it says you can't proceed. Neato. All right, so the next thing we're gonna have to figure out is how to make this stop and go again. So
Stopping is the easy part. This should work.
well, yeah. There's some stuff in RF tools that can do cool things with reading, like the inventory checker, the sensor. So I mean, I could check the inventory of the hopper and have it, you know, do a redstone signal based on if there's anything in slot 1.
Yeah.
That should work.
And that's the thing, that's what the hopper is inserting into, well, yeah, the hopper is empty because it just inserts very fast into the next inventory, then it wouldn't work, of course.
Yeah. Let me play around a little bit. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So I've got an inventory checker followed by a timer with set delay of 40, which is 2 seconds. And then I've got a sequencer that basically emits a redstone signal of length 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 ticks. So about a second. So let's see how this does. So if I put items in here, not the behavior I wanted. I might need to increase this. So that's once every 5 seconds. Is that just bad timing or?
That was bad timing.
Okay. So it should no longer be pulsing because it's seeing an item in there, unless it just finished emptying, but that's not.
Bye.
Come back here, rail cart. So it should not pulse. Why did you pulse? Why are you pulsing? What are you doing? For now, we can just
Pulse until it has
slot
all
0,
inventory.
right? Or is it slot 1? Does it need to be slot 1? I assumed it was slot 0. That might not be working the way I want it to. One sec. Alright guys, so I came back. I made basically a NOT gate out of a logic gate. And now it's emitting a redstone signal in this pattern when a signal is present with a delay of 3. So each one of these blocks is 3 ticks. So it's on for this many and it's off for that many. And if there's an item in the inventory, even one, it should no longer pulse. Right? So then what we'll do is we'll put a chest under there and the pulsing should be returned. Cool. So then what we'll do, put a stack of cobble in there, and then it should not go until the chest is empty. Nice. That's actually working pretty well. And it should also be, notice that because there's a cart here, this is not active, right? So if another cart were on its way, it would get stopped. Cool beans?
Cool beans.
Now once that cart is empty, the redstone pulsing should be allowed to run again. And it did. Nice. And then this thing's allowed to run again.
Well,
Once.
no. This is kind of a deadlock.
Right. It's all good. And that kind of works, right? All I would really need to do would be this. Right, now it's no longer a deadlock.
Well, no, it still is, because this signal will turn red because there is a card waiting right here. And
Okay.
this technically is still the same section as this one. So you could do another, like a power track and a signal like here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But yeah, really you would have to expand the more cards you have. The best way to solve this would obviously be 2 tracks, one going back and one forth.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Well, it's a work in progress. I'm still understanding your Rails mod, so I'll get there. But if I push this forward, that's not what I anticipated happening. So this should stop there, and then once this cart's basically empty, it should be allowed to go again. And then that one's allowed to go. Nice. And this is stopping here because there's something along that line. Neat. That's very cool. So I think I just need to wrap my head around the mod a little bit more, but I've got a pretty good gist. So now this, okay, this is nice and full. So this we can do something a little bit different with, but basically we'll figure out a way to detect. I'm thinking we'll just have it like a delay, like it stops here for a minute, and then it proceeds on. So that should actually be really easy to do with the RF tool stuff. So like it comes here, it stops for a minute, collects whatever it can collect in that minute, and then proceed on, and then maybe have another cart doing the same thing. So we can have 2 or 3 carts on this system, all of which like are stopping and going and waiting for each other, right? And we can use the signals to make sure they don't collide with each other. Does that sound cool? That sounds good, right?
Very.
So that should definitely be doable, but we will have to come back next episode in order to do that, because we've reached the wrapping up point. So for now, Direwolf20 is signing off. Tilo, this isn't that hard. You can just facade this up and, like, you know, stone.
Stone and sod it up. All good?
Yeah. Like,
oh.
Right? And then just facade, and then you're done, right? That should be easy.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that's not too terrible. Tilo's like, this is going to be impossible to make look good.
But make good.
We'll get there. It's work in progress. Settle down there, Chief. So yeah, that's what we'll do, right? And that should actually work pretty well. So we will come back next time. The only thing I don't love is because this is on a timer system, if the cart hits here, like, during a timer pulse like it is now, that's a little bit hokey for me. I might even shrink this a little bit and see if this works out well enough. Is that long? The problem is it was too short of a pulse, but I think I can even shorten that more. I want the pulse to be the right amount of time that it can send the cart. So even if I sent like an empty cart there, we should be able to test this pretty well. Is that enough? Yes, that is enough. Cool. So without the sequencer, the pulse was too short, So it wasn't actually sending the cart. The cart was moving like an inch, and then it was trouble. So, all right, like I said, Donald 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next time to have some more fun. All right, guys, take it easy.